kangaroos, real life kangaroos, just sleeping right now. But when we first came in, they were so active. And you're also allowed to pet them here. They provide you with a guide on the best way to approach them and to pet them. And for kangaroos, you can pet them just in the lower back area in order for them to stay docile. Any other parts of their body, be ready for them to box you. We just finished having breakfast at Bill's in Darlinghurst, and then I decided to get a flat white to go. They're so tiny. The servings here are definitely not American size. No complaints here because I can finish it more readily. But it's funny that when you take away coffee or any beverage, there's no sleeve, and they serve it to you hot too. So that's something different. I am totally loving the cafe culture, the coffee culture here in Sydney. I think just in Australia in general, it looks like there's great boutique type of cafes everywhere. You barely see any Starbucks. So I love it. Sydney is definitely a livable city, though very congested, but I can see myself living here. Oh, look at this building. We are at Australia's Walkabout Wildlife Park. It is about an hour and some change north of Sydney, and I chose to come visit this location instead of the zoo because the animals are for the most part free to walk about along with the guests. They're not tied up in cages so much. I love the fact that we are walking right alongside them. this is such a nice place to walk, and it's pretty much a self-guided tour. Plus, when you enter the park, buy your tickets, they provide you with a map. So it looks like this. So it looks like it's a pretty leisurely, easy walk. This is where dingoes are housed, and from afar they totally look like dogs. Just regular household pets, but there's actually a no entry beyond this point of no return. I can't believe we're seeing them. There's a peacock on my path, just wandering about. Look at that. That's crazy. Not behind a fence, but having a leisurely walk.
Able to reach.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whoa. Hey, buddy. And there's one out here that has a joey on his or her pouch. I'm not sure if it was a male or female, but it was the cutest thing. Not sure where they're at now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. But here's some more. Oh, there's 3. They blend in so well to the environment. But look at that. Crazy. Yeah, they're just sleeping. So this is now our second walkthrough on the animal loop, because earlier we were trying to look for the Tasmanian devil and we couldn't find it. Still can't find it. So now we are going to walk to the second half of the park, which is the Aboriginal sites. You pretty much have to go past the animal loop to get to it, and it's what they call the bushwalk. The other animal we wanted to see was the wombat. We didn't see it earlier. We're trying to catch it now, but maybe it's sleeping too. We did find the wombat. It's right there. Heeks! Can you see it? It's right there. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that free-range turkey. Or at least I think that's a turkey. All right, we are at the bushwalk, and I just want to see some Aboriginal engraving. And we can't find it. The map is hard to read.
So the
To Emu engraving.
Yeah, that's over there. So it's that one on the map.
What does it say on the map again?
Well, it doesn't say where the engraving. Oh, yeah, it doesn't say where the engraving is.
It doesn't say. I just want to go here. Alright, I think we mistook, or heck, I mistook the engraving for an actual engraving, like a cave art painting. I think the stations that are on the map are activity stations where you literally have, or where you literally can engrave items like a boomerang or something like that for a souvenir. Wow. Don't I feel foolish? And we found something. It looks like a cave. But now I'm looking for the actual engraving. I think you can ask for a guided tour of the place, but we didn't. So now it's just a guessing game. But let's take a look closer. Alright, so it looks like these caves are dwellings. So this is where the Aborigines sought shelter. I thought within the caves there were going to be not paintings, but just carvings or engravings of some sort. But I guess not. And we're back. That took what, 30-40 minutes to do a, I don't know, a half circle loop, because you can do an entire loop going to the lookout, Mount White lookout, I believe, and back down, and that is supposed to take about roughly 50 to 90 minutes. All I wanted to see was the caves, really. I can't believe I got to pet a koala. I hadn't even planned on it. Basically, all I was looking for and all I was hoping for was a place where there was a kangaroo and a koala all in one place. And for this park appealed to me because of the open space, and it's exactly as advertised. It doesn't feel claustrophobic for both the visitors and the animals. In fact, the animals will just cross paths with you with no problem at all. I mean, there was just a peacock right on this dining area. It's almost a childhood dream as far as seeing koalas and kangaroos. I love the fact that their greeter is that parrot named Buddy. They've taught him how to say hello in a human-like voice too. Alright, we are done here at the park. Again, I highly recommend this park because not only is it a relaxed environment, but it feels as if it's an animal sanctuary more than like the zoo, where, I don't know, it almost feels like a circus. Plus, here, the animals are free range. You can come up to them, they can come up to you. And I asked how that's possible, because, you know, ultimately they can be dangerous. And they said there's one difference between them and the zoo. They are not allowed to be fed by visitors. So they don't expect anything from you, and so they don't bother you. You just go about their merry ways. So we are having a late lunch at Saddles, which is about a 9-minute drive away from the Australia Wildlife Park. We actually have had, or we've only had late lunches ever since this trip started. We haven't had lunch, or we haven't eaten lunch at the right time ever on this trip. So we decided to get some kind of meat. And Darwin wanted me to mention that here in Australia, I don't know about New Zealand, they don't ask how you want your meat prepared. If it's well done, done, rare, that kind of thing. I mean, they seem to prepare it medium, but they prepared right in any case. So I'm not sure if that's true to this country altogether. Let us know in your comments below. Bye bye car. So we're dropping off the car rental now. Since there's no attendant, we're gonna go ahead and drop off the keys to the car rental desk. Today has been a really pleasant day. There was no stressful situations, at least not much. Our driving situation actually was the best today. I think it's because we've just sort of learned our lessons the last 2 days, and everything was just a little bit smoother today. And then of course we went out of Sydney, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The girls are actually all here, well, except for two. Alma and Jackie's flight are delayed, so we're not quite sure what time they'll be coming in. We're still waiting to hear from them, but most of us are here. Just a few thoughts on driving here in Sydney. Pros. You can definitely explore Sydney better than being on foot or taking public transportation, which we haven't done. But I don't really see a lot of them outside the central business district area. Second pro, you can go out of Sydney where it's less traffic, less driving stress, and better parking. Con, the parking. The parking, for the lack of a better word, really sucks here. I mean, it is so expensive and parking spots are few and far between. I thought San Francisco was bad. Wow, Sydney is perhaps worse. Let's just say parking, if you park in the parking garage, and there's a lot of that in downtown. What's 3 hours, Darwin?
Huh?
How much was 3 hours? 30, comes out to 30 USD, right?
It was 34 something.
Yeah. So it's in the $30 range for 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. And then if you do the meter, and everything here is electronic already as far as meters. For, I want to say an hour, it's about, what is it, 6 USD. Normally for San Francisco, it is half that. So it felt a little overwhelming as far as the cost. And another con, there are very limited parking spaces here. Actually, there's a lot, but let's say in a block, only half of that block can be utilized. The other half is just no parking. It's a no parking zone, and we actually haven't figured out why. And then a con for us visitors who are used to driving at the right side of the road and the driver sitting on the left side. We were relying on Google Maps or, the iPhone map. There were no reliance on where to exit. You can't just hop on back into the freeway. So that is a con for us. For the States, it's almost reliable that if you get off at the wrong exit, if you just make a U-turn or the next block, the freeway entrance going to the other side will be there. That's a pretty reliable, at least in California, in the Bay Area. That's pretty reliable. Here, no such thing. Another con for us, if we would like to go to a particular street and we miss it, if you miss that street, it could take another 15-20 minutes just to get back onto that street, because I want to say most of the streets here are not in a grid pattern. Here, if you miss that street, if you make a left, you can't make another left. You have to make a right, and then, you can't make that left, so you have to make another right. A left, right, then go all the way down, and then you can hit that street again. Tomorrow should be another leisurely day with the whole gang to visit or hit up all the places that are pretty much close to our apartment or our Airbnb, which I had consciously avoided going to. Like, I haven't even seen the Opera House, only because we were waiting for them to get here so we can all go and see it. Or areas of the city close to us, at least walking distance that we just avoided so that we can all experience it together with the gang. So that's what's ahead. So I think this is a good place and time to end our day. Please don't forget to subscribe to see future videos and click that bell icon below to get notified of future videos. Also, for real-time adventures, pictures, stories, don't forget to check out my Instagram at Asset Images. And for this video, if you liked the content, click that big thumbs up. So from my mind side to yours, definitely more to come. Thanks for watching.